guests here and everyone around gathered here. I'm Dr. Lavanya. I'm truly privileged to be here today for the inauguration of Horizon Experimental World School. As a pediatrician, we deal with children every day. Like, we don't see them in just terms of height, weight, or milestones. We see them as whole individuals with creativity, emotions, learning, dreams, and unlimited potential. So, as said by our guest, chief guest, the Finnish people are the happiest. As I deal with children every day, we see their emotions and whatever they are like in this environment, what are they exposed to this environment makes them into the adults they are like. If they are exposed to the trauma in the childhood, they're most likely to experience and become introverts. And if they are nurtured holistically, like in their mind, body, and emotionally, in spirit, they grow into compassionate adults. That's what I think resonates very well with me, this Finnish educational system. That's why probably this is the best education system and makes the people the happiest in the world. So, with this, I wish all the best for the entire team behind this Horizon Experimental World School. It's truly an honor to be here and sharing the stage with the distinguished guests. I wish all the best for the team. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's an honor, of course, and I'm very happy for all the nice words that have been spoken about Finnish education. You know, we are blind to what we have done. We know that we are blind to what we have done. And Finland has been very humble. We haven't, how do you say, branded our education in any form. We are just talking about Finnish education. And you know what? The secret is very simple. We have combined the best knowledge from all the world during the development of educational structures. We have combined them and we have put them together through research, tested and developed education in the sense that we can bring out the best in everyone. And I think respect for each other and taking care of the environment for the future, we can create an academically highly acquisitive new generation, building the future for all of us, building the peace, building the future of every certain aspect of life, everything from healthcare to business and human resources all over. Finnish education is famous for its research-based development. We have been able to provide a society where everyone has the right and the subjective right to an equal education. It's academic skills, everything from reading, writing, mathematics, and general environmental sciences. We are very happy to be here, and together with this fantastic team sitting around here in the room, we will be enjoying a grand opening in August at the school, and it's a fantastic new project that we are very, very proud of. Happy to answer any questions at any time from anybody, anywhere, regarding what we are going to do. We have two representatives, teachers here that are going to take care of building the project from Finland, and a very fine staff that we have been working with now for this week, preparing everyone to introducing the Finnish education in Hyderabad. I am very honored. Thank you, and hope to see you all in the near future, exploring the new path in Hyderabad together with Horizon Experiential World School. Thank you.
education and the connection between society and education. So we are architects, and uh, we design a variety of buildings. Our studio is called Studio Chintala. Shraddha is here; she's one of our architects, and for us, designing buildings is what brings joy to us. We get really excited. We're very passionate. And each building is unique in its own way. But when you're designing a school, it's an incredible responsibility. I keep saying, what should a school be, right? The teachers are doing their job, the curriculum is doing its job, the books are doing their job, and the parents are doing their job. What can the building do? How can the building do its little part? We don't want to get big headed about it. Sometimes we do, but what can the building do to aid in the process of learning? And we say, we get very esoteric about it. We get really obsessed about every aspect. But ultimately, what we say is, if the space can make a kid happy, a kid smile, I think we've done our job, right? If you can, when you graduate, you look back at your school and you have fond memories, then we've done our job. If we can create a space that's really truly a place where kids can come together, um, learn, and ultimately smile. So what we do, our design process, we think design matters, right? We all agree that environment in many ways shapes behavior. The built environment, the architecture, the school, the building itself has a big role. And we try to understand. So what we do is we actually put up a picture of a kid um, in our studio, and we say every design decision goes back to the kid, and we say, is that going to benefit the kid? Because we can get a little self-centered and start thinking about aesthetics and this and that, and we say, no, take a step back and let's really put it through the filter of whether this really makes the kid, enhances their experience, does it enrich their lives, make them happy ultimately. So those are the kind of things we do. But for us, it's very interesting. We've kind of studied Hyderabad's landscape of schools, if you will. And I don't know if I can really sort of lay out the landscape here, but there are sort of the ritzy schools, and then there are the neighborhood schools. And if I had a kid, where would I like my kid to go to? I don't know if I would want my kid to go to the super, super ritzy school where, they may not have a real sense of sort of the realities of the world. And would I send them to a school that's probably not well equipped? I perhaps would not. But I would love for my kid to go to a school that's somewhere in between where they're still connected, they're still rooted to the realities of the world. They're not in some inflated sort of illusion of the world, but they really have a good grounding. Um, and then, of course, they get all the facilities. So we keep saying we're not trying to make a 5-star school here. We're trying to make something very beautiful. It's less about the building and more about the kids. So we almost want the building to disappear, and we've done our job. We don't think the school should be bigger than the kids. We think the laughter of the kids is a lot more important than the architecture of the building. So we think, how can the building really facilitate that, right? And how can we create a clean, minimalist backdrop for these kids to be happy? How can you create an environment that almost is just so neutral that the kids come out and they are sort of standing out, and it's never about the building? So we constantly have to remind ourselves it's not about the building, it's about the kids, it's about the learning. And so it's a very interesting process. Whenever we design a building, we go for gold, which means we say we make the best building in the world. And again, we're not competing with anybody, we're not in a race, but what that essentially means is, how can the built environment be the best it can be, right? In this case, how can it really let the kids have a great time? So we say, okay, I mean, there's curriculum, we studied the Finnish curriculum to the extent possible. We tried to have great amount of brainstorming with the Sharath and team. And ultimately we said, what we need to really do is to, enable kids to just be themselves, just be, right? I mean, we don't need to really try and be very forceful about anything. So it takes a little burden off us, but actually, in many ways, it kind of creates an environment for us to sort of constantly question what makes a kid happy, what makes an environment conducive for kids to have fun. I mean, I think ultimately it's all about having fun. I think we get a little bit too burdened by the idea of education, and I think, Johan, we were chatting this morning, it's really about, not so much about learning concepts, scientific concepts or educational concepts, but more about life skills, more about just having fun, having a good time. So that's what drives our design. So we're really excited. We think we are putting together a really good building. We hope that it will be one of the best and really create a very happy space for kids. Thank you.